Shows you how long it's been since I've used the playoff version of my slides. It still had my PT25 theme teams in there. Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. This is ROCKTOBER 21, the 21st time that we have punched our way to the postseason. And in particular, we have maybe the easiest path to a World Series ring. Unlike in 2018 and 2017, in which we got swept. Oh, mic volume a little low. Thank you for letting me know. Unlike in 2017 and 2018, in which we got swept by the Dodgers, unlike 2016, in which we lost in 5 to the Dodgers, Dodgers missed the postseason this year. Woo! Yay! And we managed to avoid the wild card game because we finished ahead of the Giants by 1 game. Which means that the Giants got stuck playing the Phillies in the wild card series. And let's break down how we got here while we wait for Dr. Dynastic to raid in with the Out of the Park official stream. So, the wild card games. Oh, never mind. Welcome in, Raiders, from the official Out of the Park channel. My name is Tesweegie. This is the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. The Colorado Rockies restart. I started this save in Out of the Park 23 in November 1992 with the expansion draft. And since then, we have won 7 championships, a few extra pennants on top of that. We won the division for 7 years in a row. And we won it again this year. Best defense in all of the National League. Yes, even playing at Coors. Let's take a look at the other playoff teams right now. The American League West leading Oakland Athletics are having a rematch against their division mates, the Houston Astros. Interesting to see some of the names over there. Yoan Moncada, Yuli Gurriel, Nolan Arenado. Over in the Central, very close matchup, geographically speaking, between the AL Central winning Detroit Tigers and the AL East winning Toronto Blue Jays. Hey, they got Teoscar. Awesome. As the Tigers throttled the Blue Jays 9-8 in extras to take Game 1. 2 blown saves, including from their star closer, Dominic Leone. Tanner Scott getting the win. Roberto Osuna the save. Atlanta, 98 games. Winners of the NL East will be taking on their division mates, the Philadelphia Phillies, in Game 1. Braves, of course, the recipient of Randall Grichuk, Will Myers. They've got a good club. Phillies beat them 5-3. Our old friend Mark Sullivan blows the save. 40 years old and he's still going. As Juan Noriega picks up the win, Gazelman the hold, and Sandy Rosario the save. Christian Yelich homering for the Phillies. So that's 2 wins in a row in the postseason for the Phils, which brings us to Denver, which brings us to Coors, which brings us to a lineup intro. Please enjoy. And now the starting lineup for your Colorado Rockies. Batting first, the third baseman, number 13, DJ Bichette. Batting second, the right fielder, number 24, Avisail Garcia. Batting third, the second baseman, number 88, Max Tiesenbaum. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 19, Claudio Arias. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 14, Grady Sizemore. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 12, Sean Murphy. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 10, Edson Garcia. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 1, Giovanni Meyer. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 89, Herlis Rodriguez. And tonight's starting pitcher, the left-hander, number 7, Marco Gonzalez. I want to point out the attendance number. 60,000 people. Standing room? Buddy, we can't even sell parking to this game. The place is packed. And the sound's coming in a little loud. Let me just turn that down. Marco gets a strikeout for the first out of the game. There we go. That's more like it. Alejo Lopez batting second for the Pirates. Switch hitter. Fly ball to right. Garcia makes the grab. Javi Baez, the second baseman. Full count on the way. Swing and a miss. Marco. 2 Ks and a flyout in the first inning of work here. On the bump for the Pirates is Luke Weaver. Hit 55 career wins already for the Buccos. 201 innings last season to lead the National League. We get started here against DJ Bichette. That is Dante Jr. I just renamed him. Golfs this to center field. Long run. Easy play there for Bousfield. Good defensive outfielder here between Malix, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Austin Bousfield. Here's Garcia, the 2-1 on the way. Over the head of the first baseman and into the right field corner. Avisail thinking too. He will get there ahead of the throw from Jackie Bradley Jr. Here's Max Tiesenbaum. Slow dribbler back to the pitcher's mound. Weaver's throw to first is in time. Swinging bunt, if you will. Garcia at third. Here's Claudio. 0-2. That's a wild pitch. And Avisail will score. Wilson Ramos can't track it down. Rockies lead 1-0. Claudio works the count to 2-2. Scoop by Baez. On to first. That'll end the first inning. Rockies lead 1-0. There's a longtime National Leaguer in Giancarlo Stanton. 1-2 on the way from Marco. Oh, he is having himself a game. Alan Craig playing first. Rocketed to right center field. That'll split the outfielders. Avisail's throw into second will be late. It's a 1-out double for Alan Craig. You'll wonder, hey, where's Albert Almora Jr.? The answer is he's injured, so we've got Hairless in center field. 3-1 on the way to Ryan Mountcastle. Slow dribbler to third. DJ looks back the runner and is on the money for the throw. 1-2 on the way to Bradley. Called strike 3. Marco strands the double. Grady Sizemore, aging veteran, punches this to center. Bousfield makes the grab. Do I regret signing Grady Sizemore to that multi-million, multi-year contract? Yes. Do I want him wearing anyone else's jersey? No. Edson chosen specifically because he eats these Pirates lunch. Flies out to Jackie Bradley. Gio Meyer swinging on the first pitch. Another fly ball to right. Bradley is going to be busy today. Here's the number 8 batter, Austin Bosfeld. Marco Gonzalez, 5 strikeouts on the day. Grounded to second. Tiesenbaum, plenty of time. 2 down. They'll bring in Malik Smith, 0-2 count. Popped up. Argument over who gets it. It'll be DJ. 1-2-3 inning for Marco. Rodriguez works the walk against Luke Weaver. It's a leadoff. Weaver, known as being excellent for controlling base running. Bichette, this is popped up. We're not going to call catcher interference on that. Ramos makes the grab. Garcia had a double last time up. This time up, he strikes out. Weaver gets his first K of the game. Tiesenbaum, little flare over the head of the shortstop and into left field. Malix will collect it. Alejo Lopez could not grab that one. Claudio now with ducks on the pond. Full count. They walked him. I'm just going to turn my own headphone volume down for a second. Grady walks in a run. 2-0 Colorado. Murphy. First pitch swinging. Grounder to second. Baez will end the bottom of the third and stem the bleeding. But an RBI walk by Grady Sizemore makes it 2-0 Colorado. Marco cruising here. Gio makes the grab in center. Here's Baez, 1-1 on the way. Popped up, center field, Herlis. Rodriguez makes the grab. That'll bring up Stanton, 0-2 on the way. Line to right. No doubles defense was on. Garcia will hold him to a single. Craig, the 1-1. Wild pitch, it's going to skirt past Sean Murphy. Wilnick, thank you for the follow. Back-to-back wild pitches, advance Stanton to third. Full count pitch on the way to Craig. Line to right at Avisail. Inning over. Edson Garcia will work a 4-pitch walk. Luke Weaver having a rough game. 5 walks so far on the day. One to Gio. Line to left field. That will be caught by Malik Smith. Beautiful play there by the left fielder for the Pirates. Release squares to bunt and fouls it off. 0-2, 1-2 on the way. Clanks off Ramos's face mask. And just like that, the runner stands at second. Edson now. Chopper to third. Good play there by the third baseman, Mountcastle. Edson at third for DJ. 1-2 on the way. Bounce at a third. Mountcastle's throw is on the money. Through 4, Colorado leads 2-0. Mountcastle swings at the first pitch, deep to center field. Herlis Rodriguez will watch it leave the ballpark. Oh my! 432 feet to straightaway center, and the Pirates are on the board. First walk issued by Marco. That will see action in the dugout. Cutter Crawford getting loose. Line to center field. Herlis chases it down for the first out. Defense, double play depth behind Marco. Swinging on 3-1. Line over the head of Tiesenbaum and into center field. Herlis will pick it up. First and second. One out for Malik Smith. Come on, Marco. Grounded to second. On to first for the second out. Is Alejo stronger versus lefties or righties? This is righties. Okay, Marco. Actually, you know what? You know what? Trust your gut. Full count on the way. Line to left. That one's off the top of the wall. Edson Garcia taking his sweet time. It's a 2 RBI triple, and the Pirates lead 3-2. That'll be the end of the day for Marco Gonzalez. Javi Baez will face Cutter Crawford. Left him in one or too many batters. Weaver has walked 5, but otherwise limited the damage. Slow roller back to the mound. Avisail Garcia will ground out. Here's Tiesenbaum. 3-1 the count. Hard hit to first. Craig gobbles it up. 2 away. 2-2 on Claudio. Lined over the head of Alejo Lopez and into left. Brady Sizemore. Popped up. Mountcastle puts the squeeze on it. Rockies cannot respond this inning. Weaver gets through 5 innings. Cutter Crawford with back-to-back Ks. Mountcastle sends another one deep. That's back-to-back home runs for Ryan Mountcastle. Neither of them were cheapies either. Ay. Bouncer up the middle. Gio's going to make a tough play. In time! Gio Meyer ends the top of the 6th. It'll be Michael Kopech getting loose now. Weaver still out here in the bottom of the 6th. Sean Murphy grounds this to third. Mountcastle across the diamond in time. Edson Garcia, 0 for 1 today. Another soft liner into center. Edson is aboard. And Edson Garcia thrown out at second by Wilson Ramos. A throw him out, strike him out double play to end the bottom of the 6th. Well, can't blame a guy for trying. Michael Kopech into the game now, out of the Rockies bullpen. Formerly a member of the starting rotation. We'll see how he fares here in the pen. Leading things off with a strikeout. Wilson Ramos, fly ball to the left. Edson tracks it down up the line. Here's Malix. Slightly better against righty pitching than lefty. Gobbled up by Claudio. Throw to first. Not in time. Infield single for Malix. And on the 2-2 pitch, Sean Murphy gives up another wild pitch. That's 3 wild pitches for Rocky's batter so far, or Rocky's pitcher so far today. But he gets the strikeout to send us to stretch time. Rocky's down by 2. Sing along if you know the words.
Come on, let's hear it for the Colorado Rockies. Colorado Rockies, my home team. Keep right on rooting for the Rockies. We're really picking up some steam. Just clap your hands for the Colorado Rockies. Feel that excitement in the air. Stomp your feet while you're rocking with the Rockies. Just try and stop us if you dare. I got Rockies fever burning in my mind. There goes another home run down the line. I've always loved my Colorado Rockies. We've got a winner here this time. Colorado Rockies, Colorado Rockies, Colorado going home. Colorado Rockies, Colorado Rockies, Colorado, that's our home. Strike 3.
Luke Weaver's day is done. He pitches into the 7th. Robbie Scott out of the bullpen for the Pirates. Rockies have only had 1 RBI. That was Grady Sizemore's bases loaded walk. Avisail deep to right field, carrying and gone. Tiesenbaum, lefty on lefty. Sharply hit to first. Craig will pick it up. Rockies climb within 1 with 6 outs to go. Entering the game, Diego Castillo to face Baez, Stanton, and Craig. Diego acquired from the Miami Marlins in the trade that brought over Sonny Gray. The former Rockies prospect himself. 1-1 on the way to Giancarlo Stanton. Lined the opposite way, he will be held to a single. Craig, the 1-0. Scoots past Sean Murphy again. That's 4 wild pitches now by the Rockies pitching staff in 1 game. Craig, line shot up the middle. Nearly winds and fires. The throw is good, but it is late. Fielder's choice to erase Alan Craig. Mountcastle now at third. Diego. Swing, gets a swing and miss from Jackie Bradley Jr. Emilio Pagan now out of the Pirates bullpen, and he has been electric since coming over from Tampa Bay. How does 85 saves over 2 seasons sound? He basically turns every game into game over. Power versus power here as Claudio Arias steps to the mound. Claudio will pop up to left. Sizemore works the count full, and he swings and misses. Sean Murphy rounded deep to short. Lopez's throw is on the money. Swanson into the game to deal with Boesfield, Ramos, and possibly more. Keegan Aiken getting loose as well. Rockies down by 2 here in Game 1 of the NLDS. Another infield single, this one by Austin Boesfield. Come on, guys. We cannot keep doing this. Bunted back towards the pitcher. They go to get the lead runner. Nice work. Swanson to Gio. Grounder to second. Tiesenbaum will go to first for the second out. Javi Baez, full count. Swing and a miss to send us to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Edson Meyer Herlis against Emilio Pagan, who has reverse splits. Oh, boy. The most we can hope for is tiring him out so he's unavailable tomorrow. So for those of you keeping track at home, that is now at least 8 straight postseason losses for the Colorado Rockies. Because we got swept by the Dodgers and then we lost Game 5 to them. The struggle is real. And here I thought we had a chance. All right, Game 2. 13-2 for Pittsburgh. Are we seriously going to get swept again? Every other postseason series is a sweep so far. The Oakland Athletics advance to the ALCS where they will take on the Detroit Tigers, sweeping the Toronto Blue Jays all by 1-run games. A walk-off 2-run home run by Kyle Schwarber off Dominic Leone hands Detroit the sweep. That's what power do. A win above replacement as a bench bat, by the way. The Phillies will complete the sweep. The wild card knocks off the Braves and will head to the NLCS. Is this going to be an off-season stream? Or do we have a hope in heck? John Means against Chance Corrigan. We're going to until Rispit. Oh, hello, Dante. Runners at the corners for Max, who strikes out. Claudio won't. That'll be a sacrifice. All right, early 1-0 lead. Our margin for error is basically nil. Two on the way to Stanton. High drive to right. Parked on the track is Avisail. Holding the runners. 1-2 on the way to Alan Craig. Chopper to first. He was right in front of you. Mountcastle, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Means escapes the jam. Yikes. Okay. Come on, Claudio. Pot a couple.
Strike 3.
Or strike out. RBI triple by Austin Boesfeld. That gets Ian McKinney up. Intentionally walking Ramos to deal with Malik Smith instead. Fly ball to shallow center. Even a drawn-in infield can't. Come on. Ugh. Hard hit to Dante. And that'll be a double play to end the bottom of the fourth. But the Pirates strike to go up 2-1. Let's get McKinney in there. Bases loaded, 1 out for Jackie Bradley Jr. That's got to be shallow enough to hold the runners. Thank you. Popped up. Murphy will squeeze this one. Once again, bases stranded. Let's go with Cutter now. Oh dear. Giancarlo, opposite field! And that may be the death knell for this year's edition of the Colorado Rockies. Barring extreme comeback, I think we're cooked. Yeah, with Pagan in, we are definitely cooked. Oh, hello. Max. Max Tiesenbaum deep to left field and caught by Malik Smith. That is 10 straight losses in the National League Division Series for the Rockies. The Pittsburgh Pirates will advance in a sweep. All 4 postseason series end in sweeps here in 2020. And the best defense in the National League gives up 5 runs, 13 runs, 5 runs. Giancarlo Stanton wins Series MVP. Mountcastle had 3 hits. All of them were home runs. Well, let's see how the rest of these postseasons go. The Tigers will face the Pirates, who beat the Phillies in an inter-Pennsylvania matchup. Goes down to extra innings. Pagan blows the save in the top of the 9th, courtesy of a David Dahl home run. But in the 10th, Javi Baez walks it off and punches the Pirates to the championship series. For Detroit, it's a chance at their first ring since 2002, when the Motor City Kitties won their division 5 years in a row. For the Pirates, it'd be a chance at their first ring since 1979. They lost the 2001 World Series to the Red Sox in 7 games in extras. And now Almora is ready to come back. Gee, thanks. Here comes Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a chance to do the hilarious thing. A reverse sweep Or will the Tigers be able to lock it down? Tyler Anderson up against Hyunjin Ryu at PNC Park. There can't be two Game 7 heartbreaks for the Pirates in one save, can there? Heimer Candelario. Rounded to second. What a beautiful play there by Baez. And the Tigers are going to go up big here. Piscotti and Profar will score. Hector or Wilfredo Rodriguez standing at second for Matt Lipka. Launch to, oh dear, this one's getting out of hand. Skip ahead to the fifth inning. It's 8-1 for the Motor City Kitties. 8-4. Roberto Osuna going for the save here. Tigers won the first 3 games of this series. Pirates won the next 3. One out remaining. Osuna. Bradley Jr. Diving play by the first baseman Goldschmidt, and Osuna drops it. There's life here at PNC Park. Austin Bosfeld. Swing and a miss! The Detroit Tigers have won the World Series for the first time since 2002. Narrowly avoiding humiliation. Stephen Piscotti picks up Series MVP. Heck of a season he had. And of course, I covet Paul Goldschmidt. In addition to his MVP from 2018, now he's got himself a ring. McCutchen finally wins a title. Edwin Diaz, long an ace here in Detroit, wins a title. And he signed a long-term extension to stay in Motor City as well. Trying to figure out how Grady Sizemore is still in the league. I mean, you could argue that he probably shouldn't be. Let's take a look at him. The fact that he's fragile and not wrecked sort of explains it all. Yes, he's had a lot of day-to-day injuries. But he also has 5 championships. And he also holds the franchise record for most games played and most hits. But I think at this point, with yet another postseason trip ending, I think we got to say farewell to John Pacella. No, you know what? Run with our guy. Postseason is still a crapshoot. And we lost the craps there. 10 straight postseason losses in the NLDS, though. 3 straight sweeps. There's bad luck, and then there's whatever the heck that is. So I thought I was going to have a lot longer to pontificate on how these Rockies did. No such luck. Waiting for the minor league system to return. All right, we're going to increase our ticket prices up to $26. Lord knows we got money available, which is nice. Let's max out our scouting budget again. And our dev budget. Oh no, our scout retired. And our manager retired. Okay, so we've got some off-season work to do. To start with, we need a... Yeah, we don't have... okay, we do have guys down in our one farm team who we are immediately going to fire out of a cannon. We need a scout. We desperately need a scout. Let's go with Glenn Reeves. I mean, Jimmy Freeman was as much an architect of this team's success as I was. We got him right away when when our franchise began. He's won as many rings as I have. I'm okay with Peachy Ballet actually moving up and becoming our new bench coach. Rich Gar says, I think I'm gonna fire. Let's move Peachy up. So we need 2 base coaches and a new manager. Okay, I'm digging Pat Maxwell. What's our staff roles like? Normal and controlling, okay. Alright, I can work with Pat Maxwell. Let's lock him up for 5 years. Then let's go take a look at our bench coaches, starting with David Heeb. Nope. Let's go with An Byok-hak. Yeah, lock him up for 5 years. So Peachy Ballet is good for catching and infield. So we want someone who can do outfield. So actually, An Byok-hak is probably the wrong guy to do it. I mean, we'll keep him anyway, just in case. Looks like he does pretty well otherwise. Let's see if we can bring Tom Davey in as our third base coach. No? Okay. Willie Vasquez then. Let's go with Scott Ollison being our ACL manager. Pitching coach, Chris DeMaria. And hitting coach, John Caven. Okay, let's see how that goes. Salary arbitration. Morgan, we are going to let walk. Do I want Ricardo Sanchez to stick around with the team? Well, let's place him on the active roster and keep him. DJ Pete, don't care. Gosuke Kato. Place on the active roster. I do want to keep him. Jake Bowers, place on the active roster. All right, let's figure out our arbitration, and then we'll... Ooh, Means wants to go long-term. With the BABIP and the control, this is exactly the kind of a guy I like having in Coors. The one knock, gave up way too many home runs last year. I think means we're going to just keep it to a single year. Sorry, Meanie. As much as I wouldn't mind... having you around, let's give you a one-year deal. Arturo Aldretti did not do well for us after the trade, so out he goes. Jacob Barnes did pretty well, so we're going to give him that money. Barucki, sidearm slinger, did pretty well since coming over from the White Sox. Decent lefty specialist, so yeah, we'll give him a contract. Oh, the Stone Buddha. The easiest yes I will ever make. Now that... Alright, so Edson... Edson's a decent super sub, but that's about it. He's not really our starting left fielder. There's a guy who's going to hit free agency who I think we might try and bid on instead. Spend some of this money we got. Guillermo, you're a platoon buddy at best. You're also one of like our 3 captains, so I'm okay with keeping you around. The 2 tough choices, Tiesenbaum and Bichette. Max is a stud second baseman. Had one bad year, but since then has taken over the spot and handled himself well. He is a platoon buddy. He's also can be our backup catcher. I want to lock him up for like 5 years. Ooh, he wants 25 mil per? Nope. You are a trade target now, buddy. Dante B, though. Gold Glove third baseman. Hopefully the bat comes back. See, that as a long-term deal, that I can wrap my head around. Would he be willing to go at 16 per for the out years? Cool. All right, let's lock up DJ. Next up, let's build our dev lab. Let's see. Cutter Crawford. No. Let's get DJ in there and work on his outfield defense. I feel like he can contribute in the outfield, and just in case he needs to move off third base. Or if we find the right guy. Let's get Grisham in to work on his outfield defense. Let's get Bowers in to learn a new position. Let's see if he can move to the outfield. Let's get Kato to work on his infield. Let's get Herlis to work on his outfield defense. I do prefer going for the younger players, or the short programs as opposed to the long ones. Like for Nolan Gorman. Actually, let's see if we can get Bryson Stott in. To work on his infield defense, and then queue up Walls to do the same. Isan Diaz, do the same. Gorman, do the same. Bowers, infield defense. Once he's done his main program. You're mean. Work on your catcher skills. Murphy, work on your catcher skills. You see where I'm going with this. And maybe I should send Yoshi Tsutsugo in. He could be our future DH. I do like my Yoshi Tsutsugo. Where the heck did he go? Move him on to the active roster. Why not? Work on your infield defense. Actually, no. Work on your outfield defense, Yoshi. Thank you. I gotta send all these players to the D&E. All right, we got our third base coach. All right, I'm liking how quickly our personnel is coming together. So now we can set Peachy Ballet. Let's get on handling catcher. Vasquez handling outfield. Yeah, there we go. I also like that Maxwell will already have a good relationship with our players. That's helpful. All right, we have our new coach. After decades under Mr. John Pacella, it'll be Pat Maxwell at the helm. Good thing we called up Peachy Ballet to be our bench coach before we made Maxwell it. Oh no, he's a small ball guy? I did not notice that. Well, I'm stuck with him now. DJ Bichette will be sticking around long term as a member of the Colorado Rockies. 8 years, $117 million. You know what? I'm going to call an audible. I don't often do this. This is the one time I'm going to go into commissioner mode and make a correction. This is the way it should have been. Still gonna pay him like crazy to cover my oopsie. So Pat Maxwell as our bench coach, Peachy Ballet as our manager, because that's the strategy I like. And I did notice that earlier. It's all on record. That is the one thing I'm using commissioner mode for. Apologies, my cat wants to say something. Come on, upsy kitty. There he is. My feline supervisor, Mickey, says hi, everyone. All right, we got all our ARB eligible guys locked up. We got all of our coaching staff. Cannot wait for the rest of the farm system to return. Golden Gloves include Will Myers, our old friend. Albert Elmore Jr. in center field. Just a shame he was injured for the postseason. But he also has a long-term contract. What is it going to take to get Gio Meyer a Golden Glove? Michael A. Taylor has won 3 in a row at shortstop. I don't think the power potential is ever going to show up, but damn, what a good player. Emilio Pagan wins Rolade Relief Man of the Year. No surprise there, and he's going to have a lot of people. Wait, never mind. He signed an extension to stay in Pittsburgh. Silver Sluggers. The National League. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing a Silver Slugger for pitcher anymore. Harper for the Giants. Bryant for the Giants. Almora at center field. Acuna Jr. wins Rookie of the Year. The new debut for the Cincinnati Red. Almost 5 wins above replacement, 9 triples. From the American League, it's from the Rays, Lorenzo Cedrola. Another outfielder, 5 wins above replacement. Manager of the Year, Ricky Torres and Kyle Cooney. Cy Young goes to Edwin Diaz for the Tigers. Brandon Waddell for the Padres. He had an outstanding year, but I can't imagine that's going to be replicable. Jesse Winker wins AL MVP in a close contest over Shohei Ohtani. He almost bat 400. 393 on the season for Jesse Winker. Meanwhile, Mike Trout is still stuck being injured. Oh, Pete Alonso, with 45 home runs. Nicely done. Okay, so the Rays are going to be a good team pretty soon. And Bryce Harper wins it for the National League over Claudio Arias. Harper led the league in runs, RBI, walks, on base, and slugging. To say I covet him would be something of a understatement. Let's get to arbitration hearings. And this is going to turn into an off-season stream. So we're going to see Morgan and Aldretti depart. Any big names? Brett Martin heading over to St. Louis. Brandon Bednar added by the Twins from the Nationals. Phillies also adding Ethan Cole and Jackson Stevens via trade. Blue Jays gave up a lot of wins above replacement in free agency. Taijuan Walker, Matt Barnes, Jonathan Villar, Brian LaHare, Brian Hallberg. My question is, did Nimmo make it to free agency? Yes, he did. I covet Brandon Nimmo. He's young, he's strong, and he could definitely excel in Coors, especially in the outfield. But now that we hit free agency, let's take a look at the team. Rotation looks pretty much set. Marco was riding the Schneid going in to the postseason. Yeah, I didn't notice. Still got guys like J Law. Who can turn into something decent. So we got Bowers at first now. Balanced bat. I like it. Kato. Kato might be our new second baseman. I think we got to move on Tiesenbaum. Defensively, yes, we'll take a knock, but if he's going to become a pending free agent, might as well let him walk. We need an outfielder, is what we need. So that's why I'm leaning Nimmo. Infield, I'm feeling pretty good. We don't need to go after a guy like Manny Machado. We don't need to go after a guy like Jose Abreu. Brian LaHare, still in the league. It's between him and Claudio for the big money prize. 36-year-old Ryan Zimmerman. Been with Seattle almost his entire career. Not too intelligent, true, but the results have borne fruit for Nims. If we do this, though, that's basically our entire budget. Let's see if he can take a bit of a haircut. Let's make the last year a team option with a $5 million bonus. We've had big swings before. Claudio Arias was worth, what, 41 million over 3 years? I don't think we can afford some of the big pitchers is the thing. We might need to look for someone like Jermaine Cotton instead of his brother Jarrell. Oh, PBAPIP is low. Nope, that's a bad idea in Coors. Alfredo Acosta, though. Yeah, that's really good deal for him. Let's do it. I'm very curious to see where Claudio winds up. Needless to say, 846 home runs, 1 or 2 more good years, and he's got himself the home run crown. All right, Hall of Fame voting is open. Let's go take a look at that. All right. Pedro's on the ballot. Yes, we're going to vote for him. Darren Erstad deserves attention. Ditto for Fryman. Helton should be a first balloter. Ditto for Hafner. Suitcase Rontre Johnson. Brian Roberts should be a shoo-in. Smoltz has 1 more year on the ballot. This is the Thames ballot. Okay, he's getting in. I will happily vote for Marcus Thames. And the last spot goes to Walker. Justin Lawrence has front of the bullpen potential once he finishes developing that sinker of his. Yeah, this team definitely gets better with another outfielder. Once we hit the winter meetings, I'll be curious to see who Tiesenbaum can go for. I still covet Shohei. 64 home runs. Didn't win him the MVP last year. All right, Bichette improves his outfield defense. Nice. Yeah, that'll be a right fielder. Jake Bowers learns new position. He's now an can play some left field. Very poorly. Kato improves his infield defense. Yes, there's our new second baseman. Kato Base Gosuke. Hairless improves his outfield defense. There's our defensive substitution. Alright, so queued up. Walls, Isan, Nolan, JB, Yermin, and Sean. Let's get DJ working on his infield. I mean, it gets to the point where there really isn't that much more you can improve, but still. Go for it anyway. Let's see if we can teach Grady how to play first. That way we can avoid making him a DH full-time. Yeah, go big or go home, exactly. I mean, we only have Grady under contract for 2 more seasons. We want him to retire a Rocky, is the gist of it. Sonny Gray heads to the Mets. 4-year deal, $111 million. Claudio Arias heads to the Angels. They gave him 2 years at $20 mil per. This is an Albert Pujols type deal. Okay, we might have swung Nimmo. Other big contracts so far. Oh, Manny Machado to the Blue Jays on an 8-year contract. 30 mil per. That's a big move. JT Realmuto heads to the Reds. Matt Barnes to the Diamondbacks. We might be able to scoop a Ryan Zimmerman if our budget holds out. Not that I dislike Jake Bowers, but it wouldn't hurt to have options. I mean, we're just waiting until Shohei's available. Let's be real here. Doc, we lost again. We have now been swept out of 3 straight NLDSs. It's not pretty. Yeah. So there are first basemen available, but I do like Bowers more than these options at this point. That's an interesting looking third baseman shortstop type. Yeah, if we're getting JD, it'd be as a free agent, and we're not going to bail out St. Louis from that stupidly large contract. So Chatwood's available. That's a no. Leclerc's available from Minnesota. I mean, I'd love to move on from Carlos Hernandez because I don't think... Actually, let's... Oop. I had to do that. Let's request a scouting report. Although he's our top prospect, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to continue developing. I'm much more high on Brock Burke. Alright, Alright, let's just shop Bomb. See what we can get. I mean, McKinstry is a top 100 prospect, yes. But he also is already lapped by Bowers. Houston's willing to give up a top 40 prospect in Archimedes Gamboa. No. That's a shortstop. MJ Melendez, yeah. You know what? Let's look at all outfielders. We are looking for green numbers. I mean, JBJ would be a fun platoon option. Defensively sound. Or we pick up Springer. Oop. As my cat slides off my lap. Yeah, there was a time when the Cardinals had more money than brains. Our old friend, the Franimal. Looks like he's finally developed. Put a pin in that deal for JBJ. Don't like that move. Let's park that trade. Let's go take a look at no way they're going to let Alonso leave. All right, credit where credit is due. The White Sox turned Nicolino into someone who can actually, like, pitch. Good for him. We could always trade for JD, park him, and Wright. Question is, does JD play better than... And there's also Tsutsugo to think about. JD play out over Jackie Bradley Jr. At least offensively he would. Okay. You know what? Let's see if we can swing a deal for JD Martinez. Never mind, he 10-5s it, so that's a no-go. What about Domingo Santana? Durable, can field his position, does strike out a lot. Okay, that's a maybe. Do we remember what team Springer was on? He was on the Cardinals. How come I didn't see him? Ah, because he's down here. Okay. And Santana is the better fit. So, acquiring Domingo means we don't need Guillermo as a platoon buddy. Or he's a platoon buddy for Nimmo if we sign him. Better batter. Signed for multi-years. All right, let's try and piece together a deal with the Cardinals for Domingo Santana. Not Kopech, not Murphy. Can I interest you in a slightly used Keegan Aiken? Okay. Get them to eat some cash. Throwing a nothing prospect like Glenn Otto. And there we go. We actually get money back. So fans are pissed that we traded away Tiesenbaum. Yeah, a little bit. Fans are ecstatic that we got Domingo Santana coming back. Now I want Kato at second over Edson. I believe in Gosuke. I have his cheer towel from when he was reverse posted to League Redacted. And with the Cardinals eating 25%, Domingo doesn't even blow up our budget that much. What does blow up our budget is the fact that Marco's going to get a huge pay increase. Brock Burke as a starting pitcher. I can get behind that. We don't have a true ace, but I feel like we're... we can make some noise. Another 4 left arms of doom formation. Let's see if we can't get to the first game of the season. We got Nimmo! We also got Alfredo Acosta to help out in the bullpen. We give up a third-round draft pick. But a 9-year deal with... This is a good acquisition. So Nimmo in left, Domingo Santana in right. And maybe we force Sizemore to the bench to let Tsutsugo DH more often. Grizz hanging out in the chat. Yeah, I think we gotta give Tsutsugo more opportunities to play. As good as Grady has been... Wait, we don't have the DH in 2021? No! Oh, dear. The changes to the game. Well, we still have some money to play with. I'd rather hang on to it, but we'll see if there's any players that can come our way, like Shane Opitz here. 2-time Golden Glove winner with the Twinsies. Throw him a bone on a minor league deal. We also got Aramis Ataman ready to come up. Taylor Walls slowly figuring it out. He'll be exciting. Yeah, Carlos Hernandez is maybe a top prospect, but I would just use him as a bullpen guy. We're going to shop him. See if we can get a pitcher. Jose Berrios from the Red Sox. That'd be a fun get. Remember, Tinstap, there's no such thing as a pitching prospect. Twins would be willing to give up Jose Leclerc, but he's a pending free agent, as fun as he'd be in the bullpen. Sewald is already fragile. Kevin Comer. Okay, decent. Will not choose Ethan Elias. Tony Gonsolin as another prospect. I like the PBAPIP. That probably plays at Coors. And there's Joe Jimenez. Trade with the Cardinals again. Paul Paez. Working on his Scroogey, but... Okay, there's some decent options here. Gonsolin at age 25 probably is not getting any better, though. And I'd always prefer to have a starting pitcher than anything else, so Jose Berrios, come on down. Michael King also looks like a fun get. Would I rather have him or Berrios? I mean, Berrios did lead the league in strikeouts percentage last season. We have Mike Trout at home. Mike Fish. Yeah, I wouldn't trade for that guy even if I could. Right, that's not no. Good Canadian kid, Rob Zastrizny. Scrabble to his friends. Going out and getting Evan Phillips would be a fun addition. Give Seung-Hwan Oh an understudy. Oh, they used him as a starter. Okay. Now let's stick with Berrios. Eat some money. I can throw in a nothing prospect or something. Bo Brisky. So the question is, if we get Phillips, let's compare him and Berrios. Do we need another good starter is the question. Or would I rather have the closer in Phillips? We got Crawford, we got Burke. We got McKinney, we got Kopech. We got Ricardo Sanchez. We've got pitchers. And we'll have starters who can be good for the next few seasons once Crawford and Burke finish developing. I think we're going to try and trade for Phillips here. And we're going to be sending Figueroa in the deal. Welcome to the team, Big Philly style. Seung-Hwan Oh has an understudy. I mean, arguably we probably won't see these seasons, 2026, because hopefully by then we'll have caught up to real time and we won't have anything else to do in game. Ooh, Isan Diaz with a excelling result. I like that. Tsutsugo, hey, could probably play some outfield. Backup Santana and Nimmo. as well as Tsutsugo, or as well as Bowers. Yeah, we're going to call up Isan Diaz, who is now another captain. That way we have two backup infielders, Edson and Isan. Team chemistry's looking really good. Okay, so Sean Murphy's a bit of a jerk, but whatever. Lance McCullers Jr. for Trent Grisham. You're really going to try and foist a Rule 5 pick-off on me? He had one good year and one atrocious one. No. I want Grisham to stay put. Future left fielder here. Let's see, did we meet our owner goal? Acquiring a top player. I mean, we've been profitable each of the last decade. Still haven't finished below 500. Our owner loves us. No Monfort's here. Marcos Garcia has been exactly what this team needs. Take a look at the off-season center, see how we're faring. We're not in the basement. We're not the worst team anymore. Reds so far winning the off-season by acquiring Brett Myers at age 40. They got Sale from the Dodgers. That's a big move. And the Dodgers ate most of the contract. Whew. So, yeah, Chris Sale was absolutely stinking dominant in 2017, a .29 ERA. This is Zach Britton level stuff. And then for the Dodgers in their World Series championship season of 2018, 45 saves with a sub-1 ERA. Was human last season, so I guess the plan is trade him to Cincinnati and see if he can be fixed. For Bo Naylor and Joe Dunand. That's a salary dump. Yee. Steven Matz to the Blue Jays for 3 years. Tyson Ross to the Pittsburgh Pirates for 5 years. Yeah, clearly not owned by Bob Nutting here. Kiermaier to the Blue Jays. Ryu to the Twins for 5 years. Jose Abreu to the Rays. 25 for 5 per. I guess Winker's going to play right field then, I guess. It's a lot of money for a DH. Jonathan Villar, VR to the Twins. Jarrell Cotton to the Mets. Still the big money winner. Oh, Corbin getting paid by the Mariners. Wow. Biggest contract handed out, though, is still Manny Machado's 8-year, $247 million. Followed by our deal with Brandon Nimmo, 9-year, $207. Brian LaHare. Looks like he's going to be signing someplace. We've got $6 million left. Shane Opitz might end up signing. Let's take a look and see who gets inducted to the Hall of Fame. 3 first balloters. Todd Helton goes in. Hey, he would have been good in purple pinstripes. As a Philadelphia Philly, he spent the bulk of his career there putting up over 3,000 hits, over 550 home runs, over 2,000 RBI. winning a ring in 1999 in the prime of his career with the Phillies, and picking up the 2000 NL MVP over Marcus Thames somehow. Thames, of course, enters the Hall of Fame as well. 638 home runs. Oh, never mind. It was 2001 that he won the MVP. With a triple crown, no less. That was one of 3 MVPs Marcus Thames won with the Colorado Rockies. No surprise he goes in as one of our number. And third and finally, Travis Hafner. Long time, almost a career Miami Marlin. We're not going to count that last year. Almost 500 home runs, 2,300 hits. Rookie of the Year in 1999, a champion in 2009. Well deserved. Todd Helton, almost unanimous. Marcus Thames, not far off. Which means of the players who have had their numbers retired by our team, Guillen, Griffey, and Thames all have gotten in on the first ballot. All have been over 95%. Guillen, 99% first ballot. Now the question is, when will those doors open for one Grady Sizemore? All right, Chad Pinder. Would be a first base option. Don't like how low his WAR is. He's not finishing developing that avoid K. Isan Diaz with a boost to his defense. Nothing. Sean Murphy successful. Improved catcher arm. Okay. So we got Sizemore, Tsutsugo, Bichette, Almora, Gio, and Edson. Let's throw Nimmo in there, now that we acquired him, and Domingo Santana. Gio is already learning on his infield defense. Let's see if we can work on Tsutsugo's. He's working on outfield right now. Let's see if he can work on his infield. Cool. Keep going with that. Get to the preseason. So Jesse Winker almost bat 400 for the Tampa Bay Rays. No wonder they made the postseason. All right, Shane Opitz will be playing in our minor league system and probably getting a call up. I mean, both of them are struggling, but Grady could probably figure it out in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, this is a rough go for the group. Let's take a look. Unfortunately, I have to stop at like 9 o'clock sharp. We're opening the season at home against the Dodgers in 2021. Amora with an eye and a gap drop, but a speed increase. I'll take that. I don't think I have any other. Okay, so no improvement around the board, but at least no injuries. Okay. Sizemore is not a first baseman. At this point, not sure if he's even a DH. We'll keep Bowers over at first. Once that gap power develops, yes, I like. All right, with spring training upon us, we still have some money. Edwin probably doesn't fit the bill. Granderson is completely cooked. Not sure I like Scooter. Yondo Alondo. Brett Laurie, Gordy Dougie. Mr. Full Tilt. Sure, let's see if we can scoop Hector Neris to lend a hand with the bullpen. Give some of our young arms a chance to finish developing. Where did all of our players go? Did the AI just ruin my farm system? I guess we're not going to have any minor leagues in 2021. Let's call up these two guys. Gomez. Okay, we've still got Gorman and Jones. Good. And Mize. Let's force bench Grady against lefties. That way Heredia can get some knocks in. Nimmo's pretty balanced both ways. And Kato, also pretty balanced both ways. Okay. We're going to zoom ahead to the end of spring training and the start of the 2026 season. All right, Hector Neris will join the team. Domingo with a left field boost. Love it. All right, the minor league database is loading. Hopefully that means we get our minor leagues back. Oh no. The draft pool is slim pickings. Except for Gavin Williams. And Sawamura. Well, it's a good thing I don't care about the draft anymore. Let's get to our first gap days. Yeah, we still don't have our farm system back. Yoshitsutsugo improves his infield. Hey now. Yoshi's gonna find a way onto this team. Alvis blew out his arm. All right, the fun part, trying to come up with our cuts before opening day. Burke breaking camp as a member of the starting rotation is interesting, but I'm on board with it. Alvis heads down. J-Law heads down. Gonna keep O. Neris. Still waiting for Minter to finish developing. Send McKinney down. Guess we'll send Kopech down? I mean... it's either him or it's Cutter. I'd rather have Cutter figure it out in the rotation and playing in whatever league is still kicking around. You know what? We are going to send Cutter down. We'll roll with Kopech as our fifth starter. We'll see if we can actually get away with a 9-man bullpen. Now, defenders. Walls is an easy call to head down. Ditto for Moises Gomez. Guy's not done cooking yet. Ditto for Grisham, but he's like on the cusp. Type spring training. Let's send down Isan. Thank you much. Ugh. Does Opitz make the team over Gosuke? Opitz may make the team over other players. Let's send down Adiman. And we'll see how many people I can have on my team on opening day. We managed to get through spring training without any grievous injuries. And Phillips has a stuff drop as soon as we acquire him. Great. Burke with a stuff... Ooh. Brock Burke might be our Rookie of the Year candidate here. All right, I gotta think about this. How many? Okay, we need to cut by 2 batters and a pitcher. Let's send down Ricardo Sanchez. Send down Kopech, and we are going to go with Cutter Crawford. Herlis is going to be one of our cuts. I can't go with a 7-man bullpen, not in the modern era. Guillermo's going to have to learn some center field. We gave Gosuke Kato a chance. He flubbed it. Not willing to give up on him just yet. Opitz is going to be first off the bump. No, you know what? I think it's going to be Tsutsugo. He's so close. We're going to keep Opitz. Send down Tsutsugo. Either that or release Grady Sizemore. Alright, double check. Are we actually getting a DH? Nope, we're back to no DH in 2021. Of course. Cutter Crawford joins the rotation. Bullpen looks pretty solid. Acosta, Barnes, Phillips, O, Swanson, Neris, Castillo, and Barucki. Not having any long men is probably going to burn us, but we'll manage. If Kato fumbles, we got Opitz. I think that's our team. Marco Gonzalez gets the home start for Game 1 of the 2021 season. Now equipped with Bowers, with Santana, with Nimmo. And the preseason predictions think we're going to win the division. I can get behind, in front, and around that. They're predicting the Tigers to win 111 games. I mean, yeah, they are really, really good. No way. They got Gosman from the Dodgers? Oh, that's a big deal. For Michael Chavis, that's a solid prospect. If they keep him. Jesus Castillo and Luis Ortiz. Okay, fun times. I'm hopefully going to be able to figure out where our minor league system went. You'll see me next on Saturday with the Saturday Scouts and a Mob Your Bob giveaway. Hey now. Since we didn't do that last time. Let me see if anyone's playing Out of the Park Baseball. If not, I'm going to raid you into... Looks like Mortalis is doing some Perfect League and weekly Out of the Park cap analysis. Some Perfect Team content for y'all. You'll see me next on Saturday at 1:30 Eastern. Not 2, 1:30. We'll see if this team can storm back before it gets too expensive. Time is precious, folks, and I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Firage, take us out. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you on the weekend.